It's a strange thing, the way hope lingers in the corners of California. You see it in the morning light, spilling through a kitchen window, catching on the dust motes that dance above a chipped tile floor. A father pours coffee, careful not to wake the baby. A dog's tail thumps against the cabinet, eager for the day. Somewhere, a daughter's laughter echoes down a hallway lined with family photos, each frame a silent promise that home is more than a roof, more than a number on a screen. But outside, the world is shifting. Headlines scream about the impossible. Median prices, record highs. The dream slipping further away. $760,000 for a house, they say. A number so large it feels like fiction, like something invented to keep you awake at night. And yet, in the quiet spaces between the noise, something else is happening. A quiet revolution, almost invisible. Not in the cities where the skyline glitters and the traffic never sleeps, but in the places where the air is softer, the pace slower, and the dream still alive. Before we talk about the smartest homes, the latest tech, the next big thing, let's talk about the oldest wish, a place to call your own, because every year homes get smarter, but the decisions, they get harder. It's hypnotic, the way the industry moves, a new app, a new feature, a new promise. But in these spaces, confusion is profit. They don't sell you the best house, they sell you the best illusion. So let's step away from the noise. Let's look for the places where the illusion fades and the real thing remains, where a front porch still means something, where a backyard is more than a checkbox on a listing, where the price of a home doesn't cost you your peace. This is not a list, it's a journey, a map of hope, drawn in small towns and quiet streets, a search for the places where the California dream is not extinct, just hiding. Imagine this, a 3-bedroom home, 1,600 square feet, a backyard under the stars. Not a fantasy, not a trick of the light, yours for less than you thought possible, a mortgage that doesn't steal your sleep, a place where the baby's toy rolls under the TV stand, and nobody minds because there's room to breathe. These are the cities where the dream still lives, where the numbers make sense and the stories are real. Number 10, Victorville. Victorville sits in the high desert, where the sun paints the sky in colors you can't name. A city of 135,000, but it feels smaller, like everyone knows someone who knows you. Here, the average home price hovers around $385,000. Still a number, but one that feels possible. A single-family home, 3 or 4 bedrooms, a yard big enough for a barbecue, and a game of catch. A 2-car garage, space for the bikes and the boxes you never unpacked. 1,800 square feet, and the walls don't close in. In Victorville, the trade-off is clear. You're close enough to LA for a weekend, but far enough that the air smells different. Utilities, groceries, gas, they don't drain you dry. Rent for a 2-bedroom, about $1,400, a number that lets you save, lets you plan, lets you hope. Victorville is growing. New parks, new neighborhoods, new faces, jobs in logistics, construction, public service. The summers are hot, triple digits, sometimes, but the nights are cool, and the stars are sharp, and the silence is a kind of luxury. It's not perfect, no place is, but here, affordable isn't a myth, it's a reality you can touch. Number 9, Bakersfield. Bakersfield is a city of second chances, a place where people come when the coast is too expensive, too crowded, too much. Median home price, $375,000. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath, a yard for the dog, a garage for the car you're still paying off, 1,600 square feet, and the walls are yours to paint. The cost of living is 20% lower than the state average. Groceries, gas, healthcare, they don't feel like a punishment. Rent for a 2-bedroom, $1,250, a number that lets you breathe. Bakersfield is growing too, 420,000 people, and more every year. Jobs in agriculture, energy, healthcare. Wages are lower than LA, but so is the pressure. You trade ocean views for peace of mind. The Kern River runs through town. Mountains on the horizon, national parks a short drive away. Downtown is waking up. Breweries, music, new faces, festivals, farmers markets, neighborhoods where kids still ride bikes until the streetlights come on. It's not glamorous, but it's real. A place to plant roots, to build equity, to start over. Number 8, Marysville. Marysville is a secret, almost. 40 miles north of Sacramento, a town that feels like it's paused in time. Average home price $315,000, a number that doesn't require a miracle. 2 or 3 bedrooms, a yard, a porch for watching the world go by. 1,400 square feet, and the quiet is part of the charm. Marysville is small, 12,500 people, but the sense of community is big. History in every brick, every street. A downtown you can walk, shops that remember your name. Most people commute, Sacramento, Yuba City, Roseville. But at home, the costs are low. Rent, $1,000. Groceries, gas, utilities, manageable. It's not perfect. Jobs are fewer, healthcare is farther, but the peace is real, and the mortgage won't haunt your dreams. For families, retirees, anyone tired of the noise, Marysville is a breath of fresh air. Number 7, Oakhurst. Oakhurst is tucked in the Sierra Nevada foothills, where the air smells like pine and the sky feels close enough to touch. Median home price, $345,000. A number that lets you imagine a future. Large lots, woodsy charm, 2 or 3 bedrooms, 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, decks with forest views, fireplaces for winter nights, a sense of retreat. Oakhurst is small, just under 3,000 people, but the community is tight. Local diners, antique shops, family-owned inns, tourism keeps the town alive. Yosemite is close, and the world comes to visit. Remote work is growing, high-speed internet reaching even the quiet corners. Rent, $1,000, $150. Utilities are low, winters are mild, life is slower, there are risks, wildfires, limited jobs, but for those who want beauty, solitude, and a price that makes sense, Oakhurst is a rare find. Number 6. San Bernardino. San Bernardino is a city of contradictions. It's big, nearly 220,000 people, but it doesn't always feel that way. There are neighborhoods where the world slows down, where kids play in front yards, and neighbors wave from porches. Here, the average home price is around $390,000, a number that in Southern California feels almost like a secret. 3 bedrooms, 1,400 square feet, a garage, a backyard. Not a fantasy, not a fixer-upper, just a home. Compare that to Riverside, where the same dream costs $560,000, or Los Angeles, where it's more than $850,000. San Bernardino is a place where the math works, where the numbers don't break you. Living here is less expensive than you'd expect. Rent for a 2-bedroom, Mayo $500. Groceries, gas, dining out, cheaper than the coast, easier on the wallet. You're close to the mountains, close to the beach. Big Bear Lake is just over an hour away, the Pacific less than 2. San Bernardino is rebuilding. It's a city that's been through hard times, bankruptcy, crime, struggle, but there's a pulse here, a sense of something new. Investment in roads, in businesses, in hope. Jobs in logistics, rail, e-commerce. The Inland Empire is booming, and San Bernardino is at its heart. It's not perfect. Some neighborhoods are still finding their way, but there are quiet streets, good schools, places where the future feels possible. For those who want to stay in Southern California without losing themselves to the cost, San Bernardino is a door left open. Number 5. El Centro. El Centro is a city of sun and silence. In the heart of Imperial County, near the border, it's a place where the sky stretches forever, and the days move slow. Average home price, $295,000. A number that feels almost impossible in California. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,500 square feet, a backyard for summer nights, a garage for the things you can't let go, quiet neighborhoods, minutes from downtown, where the world feels small and manageable. El Centro is the largest city in the Imperial Valley, 44,000 people, but it feels like less. Jobs in education, government, healthcare, agriculture. Some work for the city, some for the border, some for the land. The cost of living is gentle. Rent for a 2-bedroom, $1,200. Utilities are steady, even in the desert heat. Groceries, gas, the basics. They don't take more than they give. Life here is slower. Less traffic, less noise, more space to think. The community is tight, the pace forgiving. You're an hour from San Diego's beaches, closer to the dunes of Glamis. Weekends mean river trips, desert drives, or just a quiet evening at home. It's not without challenges. Healthcare is farther, summers are hot, sometimes unbearably so. But for families, for retirees, for anyone looking for stability, El Centro is a rare thing. A place where you can still afford to dream. Number 4. Merced. Merced is a city in motion. In the heart of the Central Valley, it's a place where new things are always being built. Homes, schools, futures. Average home price, $340,000. A number that opens doors. 3 bedrooms, 1,600 to 1,800 square feet, a garage, a yard. Not just a house, but a home you can grow into. Merced is growing, over 90,000 people, and more every year. The University of California is here, bringing students, energy, and change. New neighborhoods, new shops, new hope. Rent for a 2-bedroom, $300. Groceries, utilities, the basics. Affordable, stable, within reach. The city is surrounded by farmland, so fresh produce is never far away. Jobs in education, healthcare, construction, agriculture. A local economy that's steady, if not flashy. For remote workers, for families, for anyone looking for a place to start. Merced is a canvas. Adventure is close. Yosemite is less than 2 hours away. Lake Yosemite is even closer. Fishing, boating, picnics under the sun. Downtown is alive with markets, trails, and community events. It's not perfect. Wildfire season brings smoke, and some neighborhoods are still finding their feet. But the momentum is real. New schools, new clinics, new reasons to believe. For anyone who wants affordability, community, and a future that feels open, Merced is a place to begin again. Number 3. Fresno. Fresno is a city of contrasts. It's big, over 500,000 people, but it never forgets its roots. Average home price $365,000, a number that lets you imagine more. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,600 square feet, a backyard for the dog, a garage for the tools you never use, a place to gather, to rest, to live. Fresno is the heart of the San Joaquin Valley. Agriculture, logistics, healthcare, education, jobs that keep the city moving. Remote workers come for the prices, stay for the life. Rent for a 2-bedroom,
$1,450. Groceries, gas, dining, reasonable, manageable, real. Downtown is alive. Breweries, theaters, art walks. But the suburbs are quiet, green and open. Fresno is close to everything. Yosemite, Kings Canyon, Sequoia. Weekends mean adventure, or just a slow morning at home. It's not perfect. Summers are hot. Air quality can suffer. Some neighborhoods struggle. But the spirit is strong. A big city with small town prices. A place where you can build something lasting. A place where the dream is still possible. Number 2. Beaumont. Beaumont is a city that feels like a promise kept. Nestled at the foothills of the San Bernardino Mountains, it's a place where the air is crisp in the morning, and the sunsets paint the sky in colors you can't quite name. Here, the average home price is around $415,000, a number that in the context of Southern California feels almost gentle. 3 or 4 bedrooms, open floor plans, 1,800 to 2,200 square feet, modern homes, new developments, neighborhoods where the sidewalks are wide and the trees are young. A 2-bedroom apartment rents for about $1,600, a number that lets you save, lets you plan, lets you hope. Beaumont is growing fast, over 55,000 people now, drawn by the promise of space and affordability. Families, retirees, people who want more than what the city can give. It's just a short drive to Redlands, an hour to Palm Springs or Los Angeles. Close enough for work, far enough for peace. Groceries, gas, utilities, manageable, predictable. Local amenities are everywhere. Outlet malls, schools, grocery stores, parks. Life here is comfortable, convenient, and just a little bit slower. But Beaumont's real charm is in its landscape. Rolling hills, mountain views, trails that wind through wildflowers in spring. Weekends mean hiking, golf, or the annual Cherry Festival that brings the whole city together. Holiday parades, block parties, neighbors who know your name. Of course, it's not perfect. Traffic can snarl during rush hour, and sometimes you have to drive to a bigger city for specialized healthcare. But the city is growing, expanding its services, meeting the needs of its people. For those who want affordable housing, mountain scenery, and a sense of community, Beaumont is a rare find, a place where the future feels open, where the dream is still within reach. Number 1. Clear Lake. Clear Lake is a city that feels like a secret whispered between friends. A lakeside town in Lake County, where the water is still and the mornings are quiet. Here, the average home price is just $265,000, a number that almost doesn't seem real. 2 or 3 bedrooms, 1,200 to 1,500 square feet, a backyard that opens to the sky. Some homes sit just minutes from the lake, where the air smells of water and pine. Rent for a 2-bedroom, $1,000, a number that lets you live, not just survive. Clear Lake is small, about 16,000 people. The economy is rooted in tourism, local shops, small businesses. The lake is the heart of it all. Boating, fishing, weekends spent on the water. It's the kind of place where you know your neighbors, where the coffee shop remembers your order, where the post office clerk asks about your kids. Groceries, healthcare, transportation, lower than most of California. The cost of living is gentle, the pace even gentler. Vineyards dot the hills, hiking trails wind through the trees, and every drive feels like a postcard. But Clear Lake is not without its shadows. Poverty lingers, some roads need repair, jobs can be scarce, wildfire risk is real, and the community works together to stay safe. But for those who want peace, nature, and a price that makes sense, Clear Lake is a rare gift. It's the kind of place where the baby's toy rolls under the couch and nobody rushes to pick it up, where the dog naps in a patch of sunlight, and the only sound is the wind in the trees, where the dream of California is not about status or spectacle, but about living well, living simply, living free. And maybe that's the real story, because in the end, it was never about the numbers. It was never about the square footage, the mortgage, the market trends. It was about mornings in the kitchen, coffee in hand, sunlight on the floor. It was about laughter in the hallway, the smell of dinner in the oven, the quiet certainty that you are home. These 10 cities are not just places on a map. They are possibilities. They are proof that the dream is not dead, just different. That in the spaces between the headlines, hope still grows. So if you're searching for a place to begin again, if you're tired of the noise, the pressure, the impossible numbers, look here. Look where the illusion fades and the real thing remains. Because the smartest home is not the one with the most features, or the one that promises the most. It's the one that gives you room to live, to breathe, to dream. They want one that's smart enough to work. Before you go, hit that subscribe button. We don't just review, we expose. From the hype to the hidden failures, to the tricks brands hope you'll never question. So hit like, tap subscribe, and join thousands of smart shoppers who already know. Smart spending starts with asking smarter questions. And remember, it was never about the price, it was always about presence.